Greetings. My name is John Kenneth Shabazz L. I'm the National Chairman of the West Virginia Blackunity Coalition, and today we are here at the Waitman T. Willey house here in Morgantown, West Virginia at 528 Wagner Road to announce a specific demand for reparations from the state of West Virginia and all those businesses that profited off of slavery. Former Senator Waitman T. Willey is cumulative evidence because he was the one that prescribed the Gradual Emancipation Amendment, which made West Virginia a state. One of the reasons I'm on board with this is that back in 2011, we did the International Day of Action and Unity here in Morgantown. At that time, I asked my god sisters, Lawana Logan, to come on and assist me with that project, and at that time, we announced reparations as a remedy to the disparities, the legacy of disparities that we have in West Virginia, which was put forth in a report back in 2010 by the American Friends Service and a collaboration of African American churches in Charleston, West Virginia. This coincides with a national event scheduled for July 1st, 2019, where various national organizations all throughout the country will be participating in a National Reparations Day campaign. And this is West Virginia's contribution to that nationwide campaign. The issue of reparations is quite controversial, or has been in the past, but we see more and more people of all races coming on in support of reparations. I have some colleagues here in the area, and they joined on board, but their schedules do not permit them to be down here with me at this particular time. But they will be watching the national conference, or the national press conference in Washington, D.C. on July 1st, 2019. Recently, over in Fairmont, we just got finished doing our third Juneteenth celebration. It was a success. I think we had close to about 250 to 300 people out there. We honored Sister Amy Rose Parks, who was a longtime activist in the community, as well as other activists that contributed to the growth and development of our communities, and they rarely get any news play, any good words are rarely said about them. I'm out here today not because I'm trying to get some attention, but because I came on board with reparations. I studied what reparations is about, and I believe the ancestors as well as the descendants of those people who were enslaved deserve a fair hearing on the reparations. And I again speak to the legislator, the Willey family, and all major corporations and businesses that made profit off of slavery to pay reparations to those people who you exploited. And I'm going to end right here. Thank you for listening. (528) Wagner Road, Morgantown, West Virginia. The Waitman T. Willey House Museum. And there he is. Connie Rice writes in her book that Waitman T. Willey was a paternalistic slave owner. Also one of the #1 reasons that I call Waitman T. Willey cumulative evidence in the case for reparations, because not only did he craft the Gradual Emancipation Amendment, he himself was a slave owner, and within that Gradual Emancipation Amendment there was a clause that kept those people who were under 21 years old, it kept them enslaved until they reached the age of 21. no reparations were paid or even suggested to be paid to the slaves. Some reparations were suggested to be paid to those slave owners who lost property, as was done in DC. So we got to do a close-up on Waitman T. Willey here in Morgantown, of which 2 streets are named after Waitman T. Willey here in Morgantown. Willey Street as well as Waitman Street. So you can go up to WVU, the libraries, at the Wise Library, and find the library of Senator Waitman T. Willey. This guy died in the year 1900, and he was also a senator in the restored government of Virginia, according to my research. So we're gonna keep going back and forth in and in again on Senator Waitman T. Willey and find out exactly who this guy is and whether he was actually a paternalistic enslaver, which Connie Parks writes in her book, Our Monongalia. She says that he was a paternalistic. Matter of fact, she kind of covers for him as well as a fellow named George Dorsey. So you can thank Connie Rice for that, for giving us the names, but Connie, we don't agree that there were any paternalistic slave owners. It's just like, it would be like saying that there are good devils. And I mean, if there are any good devils, I'm not sure that Waitman T. Willey would be one of them. And with that said, we're going to end this right here and we're going to close. Thank you. See? They sent this white girl through here while I was doing this interview. That's what they really want me to do. They really want me to give up all this and get me a white woman. And they're putting them out here for me. Right here in West Virginia. Y'all got to give me more credit than what y'all give me credit for. Because I could go off and just spend all day hitting white women. But I don't do that. I carry the reparations movement. I carry black unity. I just don't do that. But they're here. Luckily for me, I'm going down to Virginia and get me some of that chocolate. All right, I'm out. I figured I would ask her to help me.
That was fine. I didn't see you come in.
And whatever we can get to first on Senator Thomas Waitman. Oh, we got a whole book on him. Yeah. All right. I think that ought to do it, huh? All right.
You should get anything you want about him in there and access.
I think I found my way. All right.
I don't know. Whenever they looked for him during the Civil War.
Yeah,
he was one making the...
I see that marker down there that they were looking for Waitman T. Willey during the Civil War. Mm-hmm. The Confederates came through and he slipped off into Uniontown, right?
I don't know where he went.
I've been following, looking at Waitman T. Willey's history.
And then he came back in, gone for a while. Not very long, mind you.
Okay. I know here in this town you have 2 streets named after Waitman T. Willey, Waitman and Willey Street. Is that house over there, is that a museum or is that private property?
Which one?
There's a house over there on Wagner Street. I thought that was a museum. But then someone told me it was private property. So I wanted to know which one is it.
It probably is if it's a big house over there and it's got
It's got a marker there as well.
School.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna take a look at Waitman here.
All right.
All right. Thank you for your time, ma'am.
He's going
It's sort of where the Indian Creek turnoff is, around in there somewhere.
Is it? Yeah, and so it starts with family. I don't know. These are all the names. They are split A through R. So what do you think?
And her oldest son, so this is Ethan's son, Edgar Arthur. That's that.
Okay. Who are we looking at?
This is Greg's
See, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. It was somebody. This is. Oh, this must be fun.
Here's a book on Waitman T. Willey, but it says it doesn't give the specifics of the Gradual Emancipation Amendment. The whole book, but the specifics of the Gradual Emancipation Amendment are not included. So-called Willey Amendment.
Still hitchhike, right? And don't end up getting human traffic.
Got some stuff on Pierpont, huh?
He's got the book.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm actually looking at Waitman T. Willey. I actually had stumbled up on Pierpont because of his statue in D.C. I had some friends of mine who asked me about Pierpont.
Okay.
And I stumbled up on him at least about 10 years ago.
Well, George Washington slept at his house.
Huh? Is that how it went?
Everybody had him there for some reason.
But right now, so I can get this, so I can be clear, I'm looking for the Gradual Emancipation Amendment that Willey put forth, the specific language of it. I did get a hold of someone, or somebody put online the specific language of it, but I haven't been able to find anything specifically in his library detailing the specific language of it, right?
Yeah.
My understanding is that with the Willey Amendment provided emancipation for those who were enslaved July 4th, 1863, if they were under 21 years old, okay, well, they had to wait till they turned 21 before they could actually receive emancipation. And I probably need to come in contact with someone that is authority on that. Yeah, I see you looking at my man over here. Is he an authority? I'm probably headed up to the WVU libraries to get a clear picture of Waitman T. Willey. Okay?
Okay.
Since you asked. I actually heard that Willey and Pierpont were friends.
They were.
Yeah, and then there's an exchange of letters back and forth between
His
Willey and
last name
Pierpont.
is
Waitman T. Willey, senator.
Oh, okay.
Senator. He was a U.S. senator.
He was the one who did the
They were chasing, the Confederates were chasing him, right?
he made it state. This place.
Right. He was the founder, along with Pierpont. Right. He gets credit for being a founder.
And then that
Right.
that Confederate or whatever he was came here to get him that day, but he didn't get him. He didn't get no horses either, so they were across the river.
Okay, yeah. You guys probably need to take a here's some more information on Willey. See, Waitman T. Willey was born October 18th, 1811 in a log cabin near Farmington in Marion County in West Virginia. He later moved with his parents to a home in Paw Paw Creek. Willey walked 45 miles to enter Madison College in Uniontown. He went to college up there in Uniontown. Before the Civil War, Willey was a lawyer and Whig politician in Morgantown. He was a Methodist and a temperance crusader, whatever that means.
It's anti-alcohol.
Huh?
It means anti-alcohol?
Yeah, so the temperance movement resulted in prohibition eventually.
Okay. Do you know about Willey? You know his history?
No.
Not really.
He's
Okay.
the history buff.
That's what I do. I didn't know too much about him, so I got to check into him. Although he owned slaves, as a radical Republican who opposed slavery, he voted for the removal of Andrew Johnson from the office of president. We know, having studied Andrew Johnson, that there's an issue about reparations coming up in Charleston. Andrew Johnson was, from what I understand, he pulled them. They had been given, Sherman had given them, but Andrew Johnson came in and pulled them back.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was surprising, yeah.
Okay.
What Pierpont was it that knew this guy then?
Which one was it?
Francis H. Pierpont.
Oh, he was the governor for a while?
Yeah, he was of the restored Virginia after it had split, right?
Okay, is that
No, okay.
We didn't split. We split from Virginia.
From Virginia, yeah, right.
Was the North.
Virginia succeeded, and this portion of Virginia,
from Virginia, yeah.
split
They
from
made it because there was
Virginia.
So he knew
trains here and
Francis
he
Pierpont,
used
okay.
them during the war.
Yeah, I remember reading about him, but I didn't.
I wish my friend Ed Cabell was here. You remember? Did you remember Ed Cabell? There's a book over there with Ed's name on it. He used to run the John Henry Museum downtown, right across the street. It's been like back in the mid '90s that he used to run that museum. Okay, well, I heard you say you were 74 years old. Are you still jumping rope?
I'm lying. I'm 73. I keep forgetting. I get bad.
After you get older, that happens.
I know. Well, who cares?
You got to take your
You wouldn't have noticed the difference in my age.
You got to take your Geritol. Okay. No, I think I've done enough down here. I might head up to WVU and do some looking around. But specifically, what I'm looking for is the specific details of the Gradual Emancipation Amendment. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to use what I found online. Since I can't find it in the book, I'm going to have to use what I found online. The bill admitting West Virginia into the Union provided that gradually all slaves should be freed. Then another meeting. This is the specifics of the Waitman T. Willey Gradual Emancipation Amendment. I had to work to find this thing.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Well, only if you've done it.
See, I could be off chasing women, but I'm doing this instead.
It's just...
I'm waiting on the women to start chasing me. Since you asked me what reparations was, reparations is payment to the black people who were enslaved. We're making who are enslaved for slavery and so forth. Help build the country up where they made millions and millions of dollars off of slavery. And the hearings are being held in Congress now. They're going to take a look at it. Now, when I was a kid growing up in school, youngster growing up, people didn't talk to me. We didn't feel too good about slavery. Didn't feel too good learning about it. Right. So I had to be overcome the inferiority complex of it. Reparations for slavery. Money, land, natural resources, an opportunity to create an opportunity for self-determination.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, you're doing now flip it over and show us the other side, because there's actually going to be a National Day of Reparations, July 1st, 2019.
There's actually a war coming soon.
I don't know about that. I think we already been going through a war as far. How many war? We're war weary.
There's a war going on right now.
We're war weary. How many wars have we been through? We're war weary. We just here with reparations. We just want justice on this thing. Before you start another war, before you pay for another war, pay for the ones you already had. All right, and you take care of yourself out here, sis. I know your daddy. I know Bob. That's your grandfather. Okay, I know Bob. I'm telling him. I'm saying, look, come get your granddaughter.
Anything about Freddie?
But yeah, we making a specific demand for reparations, not based upon, huh?
Where do I support or sign?
Well, you won't have to support or sign at this particular time. We'll be coming back through. Okay, all you got to do is pay attention to the newspapers about reparations and learn about it first, right? Because I had to do the same thing. What's your name, sir?
My name's Jack.
All right, Jack. All right.
Jack Robinson.
Jack Robinson. So you support reparations, is that right?
I support reparations 110%.
All right, I hear you, Jack.
I know who the bad guys are, and I know who
I hear you, Jack. Right here in this town, we have the Willey family, and Waitman Thomas Willey was a U.S. senator back at the time of slavery, right? And he put forth something called the Gradual Emancipation Amendment. But it was a slick compromise by a devilish lawyer, because we never got our gradual emancipation. Real emancipation means you pay the people that you exploited. Everybody else has gotten their reparations. It's time for us to get ours.
Get it.
Ain't that right, sis?
Ain't it right?
All right.
Nothing but the truth.
I can get it.
You want me to take this?
Your name's Robinson, right?
Robinson.
Hey, that's my name too. I'm a Robinson. Okay. All right, man. Thanks for the time.